Oh, the Green Lady.
Lady Bros.
Yep.
Lady Bro.
What do we think?
Fucking amazing.
They got all the fun shit.
I'm gonna take certain issue with certain design elements where I like, why did you do that?
Can I point out for the record that there was 2 armies they wouldn't let me work on, which was Nature and Green Lady, because they were my 2 favourite armies. So a non-Green Lady player came up with this.
Yeah. And if
and it
what
shows.
if what you've said is true, you're the one who voted against this.
I voted against some of these things, saying, no, this is probably too much. And then it went through it. I'll have it. I'll take it all with bells on. This is all just amazing, isn't it, I think?
Standout is Order of Redemption. They were already really good.
They were already amazing.
And going to Crush 1, Thunderous 1 instead of Thunderous 2 is just...
Yeah.
Wow.
I think when it was decided that these maybe wanted something looking at them, I suggested maybe a 5 or 10 point reduction. Because 250 is a lot for a TC2 cav unit.
It's 20 attacks.
It's about
15
there.
points more than the hunters with the Order of the Abyssal Hunt, which we just covered, and you're like, yeah, but these guys are regen and inspiring.
Yeah, no, I
20 attacks.
I loved them and took them every time and would take them every time again, as they were in their old profile.
In their old profile, they were so better than a unit which we just thought was really good.
And now they are incredible.
Yeah.
Thank God they're not fucking regular.
Yeah. Thank God they're not regular. They are the best cav unit in the game.
Yep.
Easy. They were probably were before. They now definitely are. Which, in a cavalry-based army, is appropriate that they have the best.
But Brother Mark were meant to be the...
Well, nowhere did it say that they were a cav army. Just that everyone looked at them and thought, well, they're the...
one of them went nature, one of them didn't go nature, therefore the one that didn't go nature must be the cavalry army.
Yeah.
True.
Well, people look at them and think they're Bretonians. Well, they're not.
Yeah.
Are they? So.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
They're really, 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 really good. Take Brew Sharpness every single bloody time.
Yes.
Brew
Sharpness,
attacks.
Elite.
Yeah, Brew Sharpness and Elite is my go-to items for the 2 of them.
Yeah. I recently played against
Pathfinder.
One you being my super expensive 280 point super elite spearman. Horde got outgrinded by them.
Yeah, they'll do that.
And they only had elite. Cheaper? You're better than me in combat? Your cavalry unit is better than a spearman unit?
Faster. Regen.
What? Who was responsible?
Yeah.
In the nicest way possible, whoever did this has no idea what they're doing. As evidenced by the guy who loves Lady Bro. Sorry. Guy who loves Green Lady, Order of the Green Lady, saying you probably shouldn't do that. It's probably a good indicator that, to be fair, Green Lady were a shit army.
No, they weren't. They were a very specific army.
Yes. And
they're still a very
finesse army.
They were
very finesse
They were a
army.
poor list because they were such a narrow kind
of... They were so restricted in list building because their unlocks and the fact that their only chaff was a monster and... Yeah. They were... And because they're one good unit, or 2 good units, Forsaken and Redemption, were both irregular.
Yeah.
So a list looked exactly the same each time. I've seen lots of Green Lady. It's a very popular list. I've never seen anyone take Green Lady that wasn't the exact same archetype.
Yes.
Of Water Hordes.
It's something that's...
Pick your choice between Redemption or Forsaken and then Beast of Nature /
Something I probably should clarify that in Kings of War you can take wherever's the strong version of that faction, you can win a big tournament with it.
Yeah.
That is just... Kings of War has always pretty much always been like that. It probably always will be, which is one of the massive draws of it. I say it's shit because I think internally it's poorly balanced and constructed, and now it is...
is now very good.
It's now a very, very, very good list.
So obviously Order of Redemption, big winners. Order of the Forsaken are very big winners as well. Helps out with the unlock problem from regular. Crush 1, Thunder 1, I think this one I agree with much more and was needed.
I think they should have got one. They should have either got regular or Crush 1, Thunder 1.
They weren't much cheaper than a low high before, and it's like Thunder 2. They suffer from being hordes in the same way that when you're taking them, that you're now paying a horde level for items.
Yeah.
It was the fact that they were the same points, or more than Order of Redemption, and were just worse in pretty much everywhere. So Fly is very powerful, but just weren't as good. Bray Hunters, I've touched upon probably as the big stealth buff for the army. Having chaff that
good
is
chaff.
not a monster unlock, can actually provide cover.
Yeah.
Because it's
Comes with Pathfinder.
Comes with Pathfinder. I mean, the pegs did as well. So the pegs are incredible chaff.
But my problem with the pegs is always the
They can't
the
sit
base
in front.
They
size.
can't sit in
They
the
can't
front.
screen. They can chat,
Yeah.
but they can't screen.
Yeah.
Because, the 50mm base size, units still have a lot of give to pivot around that and charge off.
Yeah, they had to actually charge or you have to double up with them to really block units up. And they were hard to get cover from them when you get shot at. I think that's probably one of the biggest additions actually to the list is just cavalry size chaff.
Yeah, definitely.
And one of the actual biggest changes, and I'm really happy to see this, I'm not happy with much of the Green Lady stuff, if I'm honest, but Devoted are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I really like Devoted.
Yeah.
This is exactly what needs to happen. So you've lost a Radiance of Life limit 1, so you can run 2 if you want, and do a proper full Sacred Water list, and obviously Sacred Water keyword applies to your vials.
Yeah, and got cheaper.
Which is important. And everything, that's all better. Channel Sacred Water, so rather than 6-inch for a friendly core waterbound unit, and there's obviously the formation moves that will count towards as well, which is massive.
Which makes Icy Breath
plus 6-inch range, which makes Icy Breath useful. It's the only place for Icy Breath. You'd
16-inch range Icy Breath.
Actually consider taking it. Isn't that weird? That's weird. That's the only thing you got to do is give it a bit more range and it not be the worst spell in the game.
Yeah.
Not better. Better.
So the formation's the other.
Yeah.
The formation, I love this formation. I really do. It's such a tricky one that I'm really torn. It's a shame that it includes all the units that all the Green Lady player
Everyone was
already
taking
taking.
it already.
Except the Greater Water. I know they voted actually, but she's now good enough that she would be.
Yeah.
I adore the Greater Water. I liked it before and now I love it. It's ridiculously good now.
Regen 4 up is so good. It's
so good.
2 turns of Regen 4
Defense
up,
5, Regen 4 plus.
You're back to full strength, essentially.
With heal and Radiance of Life and things in the list.
Yeah.
It does mean that I think every Green Lady list is going to still be based around 2 Hordes of Water Elementals in the formation. Which isn't the worst thing.
Yeah. Yeah, It feels like the 2nd edition Basilean Elohai formation, that it's what everyone took anyway.
Yeah. But it's thematic and cool and I really like it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I like it because water elementals appear in so many lists that I like that these differentiate them slightly. Thunderous Charge, Wild Charge on them is nice and makes them slightly different.
Yeah.
This actually now I think fits beautifully with your water elemental hordes, being horses, and the fact that not all water elementals are created equal and will be slightly different depending on who's summoned them.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of a cavalry based wizard, Devoted, would summon different style water elementals that are more focused on charging than, say like a Trident Realms one might do, or a Force of Nature might do.
Yeah, obviously you Devoted gains Wild Charge 1. But also a Thunderous one, so she can go in at 11 inches with Thunderous 1 for a 1 attack.
Which is quite funny.
She's also Inspiring, which is amazing. So 25 points for Inspiring and or a Thunderous 1 for Waterbound is spot on. Yeah. Really good. It's everything you need out of the Devoted to run with them as a pack. The Radiance Alive change is nice. I mean, you probably just run Radiance Alive on them anyway. Yeah. And she can buy Surge 7 for 25 points, and that's all you need because she comes to heal, and you're like, sweet.
Yeah.
You can buy Bane Chant now, so if you're not running all of this, because you probably keep the Surge and you don't want to get too expensive with it, you can run the Devoted anyway with Bane Chant, and you won't feel too put out about it.
Yeah.
And the Wild Charge is big because if you've got 16-inch range on it and your Water Elementals only got 15 with your Wild Charge 1, you can take it off them and bounce them out of range.
Yeah. No, I like it.
I mean, you'll do no damage and then it'll fail and then we'll kill you.
But the option exists.
That's Sod's Law whenever you roll anything for Icy Breath.
Yeah. But the option finally exists.
Yeah, you can do it.
I'm a big fan of the formation in terms of, as a player, of Green Lady. I'm a big fan of the formation. Obviously, big fan of the change to Redemption and Forsaken. I think the power level just shoots up, I think, with a lot of these. There's obviously other new units we haven't touched upon. Order of the Thorn, I think, is a really cool unit. Will struggle to find a home, I think, in a lot of lists. But I love the idea of a melee 3.
5 points too much?
5 points is not enough to stop you taking stuff.
But it is because so much of the time we're looking at these minor changes to a thing. This is actually it's alright now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a little bit here or there, and you're thinking.
It's just
if you know and you know and they feel like overcosted, you'll just take another option which isn't overcosted and feel better about yourself. So much things change massively by minor things.
Yeah, they're a cool unit. I love the name.
Yeah, sweet.
But yeah, they're a cool unit. The troops are somewhat interesting, but again, 110 points.
That's a lot.
But I love it as a concept. I love a melee 3 phalanx.
I like the idea of the spear knights. If you ever played medieval Total War 2 and you had the expansion pack and you could play like the Crusader States and the what is it called? The Crusade up in Eastern Europe. My mind's around a blank now.
The Crusades.
No, Teutonic
Knights.
Something or other like that. But they had like a super heavy spearman unit and they were the coolest thing in the world because it was spearmen, which were like peasants, but the knights. No. So I think they're...
I think they're cool. I'd love to see some models done for them. But the way I build Green Lady lists, I think I'd struggle to fit them in.
I can't justify 170 points for a regiment spearman.
Same with the Brotherhood Centaurs. I kicked and screamed and got very upset about these. They originally just had Centaur Brace Striders in, which got the Horde option, which I would have loved. It gave Green Lady a cheaper unlock that wasn't Knights and did wonders for all the issues they've got around unlocks. The regiments, I just don't really see much of a point.
12 attacks is just... No.
They're good units.
They needed building differently for Brotherhood, for Green Lady, I think.
I kicked and screamed and had a paddy and didn't win.
Champion of the Green Lady.
Centaurs would have been so cool.
Yeah. That's exactly what they used to be.
Yeah, I remember from Blade Test. Oh, that's cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah, made them boring for what reason?
You could model them as Chronicles of Narnia armoured centaurs, which was awesome. And there was going to be some fantastic conversions there of taking the Mantic guys and up-armouring them. And then they just got made boring. But I can't complain because there's so much other stuff.
Everything else is cool.
Yeah.
Champion of the Green Lady, I really, really like.
I want to be able to fit it into a list.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
It's really
is good.
It's taking him is one fewer exemplar redeemer or beast of nature, and that is a big loss for an individual. But
regen 4 up
on a defense 5,
defense 5, 15
rally. Because every
rally on
every fucking thing. I mean, you were just saying how unkillable are the regenerating Order of Redemption. Well, now they're 16, 18 unkillable Order of Redemption. And
he could go into combat, and that's what, 3 extra damage.
Strider, because it's just going to do.
I played against one of these the other day, and he got murdered by wild lancers, so they're clearly crap.
Oh yeah, well,
half swarmed the bugger. Got 14 out of 14 hits because of Relentless, and then did something 9 damage. Really cool unit. Fighting for a very, very competitive hero slot.
I think
and a very competitive point level
to find the points to put him in.
I don't disagree. I just think that 210 is an incredibly competitive level for Green Lady because it's the Beast of Nature with wings or it's the Exemplar Redeemer.
I'd rather have one of these over a Redeemer, but I'd be having another Redeemer or another Beast, at least 2 other of these to still do the job.
The difference now, of course, is that you're not having to take units you didn't want to take for unlocks. Because so much other stuff is now unlocking or good that actually there might be a spare point to take him, whereas before there was no chance he wasn't being included.
That's sweet.
No, really cool army, got a ton of buffs. I think we'll see a lot of these.
Yes, definitely
in the next coming months, and we'll be top table.
Yeah,
easily.
Mm-hmm.